Peace, peace, peace. What's up? What's going on? Another edition of Arena this week. Back at it again. Tuesdays and Thursdays. Watch for the suite. Every Tuesday and Thursday, Arena this week. Arena abroad. This your brother MD. Peace to Blackson. What's up, Blackson? You gotta unmute your mic.
Testing, testing. Okay, hey, I didn't even see that. Hey, what's going on, MD? Shit,
I can't call it, man. I can't call it.
man,
Another
a lot,
eventful week.
man, a lot happening in the news, man. It be so many things going on, man. We could only, I guess, only do so many articles. Y'all know I got, MD. I had to request 4 articles this week on the Arena Abroad, man. So, yeah, man, a lot
Hey,
going
man,
on.
it's all good. It's all good. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I have to. I'm gonna tie it all in, as you know. I'm gonna tie it all in, but as you know, there's some things going on in Turkey, and that's related to a whole lot of things. So yeah, we gonna dig into that Thursday. But hey, man, we the Arena Weekly today, man. We got to do some domestic, man. What's going on the home front?
Man, yeah. So we're gonna dig into some things. And I see Ibiza. Shouts out to Ibiza. If you want to jump on, man, and contribute by all means, man, feel free to do so. I put the link in the chat. So yeah, shouts out to Ibiza, man. If you want to jump on, but we're gonna get into these articles. We're gonna deal with a couple of things today. And let me go ahead and get it out of the way now. I know the Bull Durham report dropped today. I'm aware of it. I haven't got a chance to look over everything. All I know is what's been reported on both sides, with the mainstream media and right wing media. Right? I'm
Yeah,
not going to try to identify anything per se, or I'm not going to try to pinpoint any opinion on my behalf as of right now, because it just came out as of last night, I believe.
yeah. It just dropped. No, it just dropped. Yeah, it just dropped. Hot off the press. So yeah, we get it.
But I know a couple of people were talking about it like late last night. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So I believe it officially dropped yesterday evening. You know what I'm saying? Uh, uh, I'm gonna wait to give my opinion. I'm trying to skim through it because it's a long report. I'm gonna see if I can, whenever I get the chance, skim through the report. Also, get some of the commentary from other people as far as what they think about the report, and depending on how long that takes, I may do a standalone show like I did last Friday, just about the Durham report. If not,
Okay.
I'll reserve I'll reserve it for Arena this week, next week. It all depends on what I see of importance. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's right. That's right.
But I mean, according to a lot of these reports I see coming out, it's an unofficial indictment on the FBI. I'm gonna just leave it at that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Um, but for the most part, like I said, that's just rhetoric that's being talked about. But we'll dig into it. Like I said, if not on a standalone show, we'll go more in depth with it on the Arena this week, next week. But in
MD.
any event, go ahead.
Yeah, your mic it seemed little breaking up a little bit.
Well, I may not be able to do nothing about that because it's about where I'm at. You know what I mean?
Okay, you're in the back. Okay. We'll bear with you then. We'll bear with it.
Yeah. If it get bad, then you just have to, take over, whatever I'm talking about at that particular time.
Okay, no problem, no problem.
All right. So as for this week, what we're gonna dig into, we're gonna talk about a couple of things going on in the news right now in regards to a few items. We're gonna dig into this DeSantis bill. Governor DeSantis down in Florida banning the quote unquote diversity program, dealing with AP studies, college studies down there in Florida. We also gonna talk about, and this is something that I didn't talk about when it first came out, the Jordan Nilly killing. We're gonna talk about a little bit about that, and um, we're gonna give a perspective that a lot of you may not agree with, but we're gonna give a perspective in terms of the treatment of the person that was charged with manslaughter. Not murder, but manslaughter. We're going to dig into a little bit of that. Also, we're going to talk about, where's my other article at? I don't even see it. Give me 1 second.
All right, no problem. No problem.
Damn, where's my other article at? Oh, we're going to get into, like I said, as promised last week, we're going to get into this oversight committee press conference and the letter sent out by the oversight committee in regard to the summary of the findings. We're going to get into that too. Now, I don't have the official report. I do not believe that they released the actual full report to the public. I don't think they did that because I looked and looked and looked and I could not find it. So I don't believe that they released an official report to the public. But in any event, we still got the details. We're going to get into that. Again, something else that has been downplayed by mainstream media. We're going to give the details to y'all. Y'all can figure out for yourself if it's viable news or not. So we're gonna cover all of that today on Arena this week. I guess without any further ado, let me see if I can share my screen. It may not work for me, Blackson. If it don't, I'll let you know.
All
you
right,
might have to do it.
Okay.
Let's see. We got E-Bizzle in the house. Shout out to E-Bizzle. What's up, man? Unmute your mic. Okay, he may be weighing right. It's all good, but
anytime you're ready, E, just jump in. You know, you got the
all
articles.
Right, yeah. So in any event,
okay.
Yeah, I'm about to try to share my screen now.
Okay, cool. Let's see, bro.
I'm about to try to share my screen now. And like I said, man, you know, if my mic get real bad, just I know, ain't nothing I can do about it. So I'll try to share it now. Let me see if it'll do it.
Okay. You want me to pull them up just as a backup?
I mean, you can.
Okay.
You can.
Hey, your mic, E, we can't hear you. Your mic is, I think E was trying to say something. E, your mic is muted.
Shit. I'm about to try to share it right now. Like I said, tomorrow.
All right, can you hear me right now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay.
Peace, man. You want to share anything, man, before we get started?
No, I know you was doing your thing, MD. I don't want to be trying to, I want to first and foremost, I don't want to be trying to, what I'm saying, overload you with no information, bro. So I just want you
It's
to know
all good, man. It's all good. Yeah, it's all good, man. But we're gonna get into this first article though.
For sure.
Let me see here. Let me blow it up a little bit for y'all.
Okay.
All right, cool. All right. So this is from Political, right?
Jordan Neely. Okay.
So it says GOP cast accused Jordan Neely killer as good Samaritan to hammer Dems on crime. Republicans have rallied in support of Daniel Penny, who is facing second-degree manslaughter charge. Right? That's the cracker right there. All right, New York. Republicans have a new obsession, the case of Daniel Penny, the former Marine charged with fatally choking Jordan Neely on a Manhattan subway this month. New York prosecutors say Penny committed manslaughter when he killed Neely, but leading voices in the GOP are casting him as a victim, one of many Americans subjected to out-of-control crime in major Democratic cities. Wow. Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, Republican out of Georgia, dubbed Penny a hero on Twitter. Within days of the May 1st encounter, Fox News host Sean Hannity depicted Neely as a public menace who was subdued by a brave veteran. And now Florida Governor Ron DeSantis is taking up the cause, encouraging his Twitter followers on Friday to contribute to Penny's legal defense fund and take back the streets for law-abiding citizens. That plea fueled a surge in donations that brought the former Marines' haul from $280,000 to over $2 million in a matter of days. The new messaging by Republicans and blaming of Democratic leaders extends a tough on crime political strategy that helped the GOP secure several House seats last year in the suburbs outside of deep blue New York City. Penny's case has quickly become their latest cudgel heading into the 2024 election.
Mm-hmm.
This individual case is emblematic of what Republicans see as a collapse of the policing system and law and order in major cities across America, said Dave Urban, a Republican strategist and former advisor to Donald Trump. The case has sparked local and national outrage among many on the left who call Penny a vigilante. Neely, who was on the city's top 50 list of homeless people at risk, was recorded screaming that he was hungry, fed up, and ready to die before he was put in the chokehold that would end his life. Many progressive Democrats pushed early on for charges against Penny, with Representative AOC Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Democrat out of New York, stating that Neely was murdered and his death representative of a larger failing to invest in mental health and homelessness services. Jermaine Williams, the city's progressive public advocate, said Republicans like DeSantis are using fear to get a response from voters. Williams, who had been critical that charges weren't brought sooner against Penny, said the former Marine deserves his day in court. Their, Republicans' narrative is not trying to solve problems. It's always trying to sow as much division as possible, Williams said. Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg on Friday charged Penny with second-degree manslaughter. Penny has not entered a plea, but his lawyers have said he acted in self-defense. Damn. Republicans have also seized on the case as another line of attack against Bragg, a darling of progressive Democrats for his pledge to reduce the number of bail-eligible crimes. In April, House Republicans held a so-called field hearing in New York City that was billed as an evaluation of how Bragg's pro-crime policy had threatened public safety. It came after Bragg charged Trump with 34 counts of falsifying business records for his alleged role in a hush money scheme. Trump has pled not guilty. DeSantis, a likely Republican presidential contender, said we must defeat the Soros-funded DA in calling for people to donate to Penny's defense. A common right-wing talking point tie Bragg to liberal billionaire George Soros, who helped fund a political action committee that was part of a nationwide effort to elect progressive district attorneys. Republican Matt Gaetz, Representative Matt Gaetz, Republican out of Florida, also took a shot at Bragg in pledging financial support for Penny. These soft-on-crime policies, like we see in New York, kill, he said. A spokesperson for Bragg referred Politico to a past statement about the charge. It reads, in part, as this case proceeds, we will be constrained from speaking outside the courtroom to ensure this remains a fair and impartial matter. Money for Penny's legal defense was raised through Give, Send, Go, a crowdfunding site that also secures support for the legal defense of January 6th insurrection. Vivek Ramaswamy, a biotech entrepreneur and Republican presidential candidate, also gave $10,000. Wow. Penny retained Stephen Razor and Thomas Kenneth. The latter ran against Bragg in the 2021 as a Republican and released a statement through them last week stating he was defending himself and did not mean to harm Neely. Lawyers for Neely have called on Bragg to step up the charges. All right, so yeah, that's that. That's that article. So this is the type of stuff where I mean, I clearly can't rock with the Republican Party on something like this. I just can't do it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I just can't do it. I don't know if everybody's seen the video. It's two videos out. It's the video of the choking, and I think they took that video down. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
But it's a video of the actual choking. Then it's a video showing what happened before the choke. The dude is obviously cooped out his mind. He never said anything threatening, nor did he do anything threatening to anybody. We're talking about New York City. If anybody ever been on a New York City subway, that shit happened every day, every single day. And people ignore it because it's the norm. This was a cracker.
My thing will be this, MD. My thing will be this.
Go ahead.
When was that guy going to stop? When you was putting that chokehold on him? Because this is a part two of Trayvon Martin and Eric Garner. So when was you in your right mind if you said you a Marine and you educated and you are a citizen of the United States government? When in your right mind was you going to say, okay, enough is enough?
Right. Having been trained as a Marine in CQC, close quarter combat.
Mm-hmm.
Like you know when to stop. And here's a more important question. Where did you feel like your life was in that? Because they said self-defense. What were you defending against? The dude didn't swing on you. The dude didn't threaten you.
But see, that's the same thing they brought up with that Trayvon Martin and Eric Gardner situation.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah. Like, again, man, I can't. This is where the line merges between reality and political rhetoric. I can't rock with that. And let it be known, the same old saying coming out trying to push a narrative, whether it be Marjorie Taylor Greene, dumbass, and especially Ron DeSantis. You know, like everybody know I don't rock with Ron DeSantis. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
But let it be him to try to push some type of agenda so he could run this campaign for 2024. You're gonna lose, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? What we dealing with, again, like E said, we dealing with a narrative being pushed over the life of somebody. I can't go for that. Like in any situation, I don't give a damn if he was in the right or the wrong.
Well, it's the same thing. It's the same thing they tried to use with Laquan McDonald out here in Chicago when they tried to say, well, he had a knife in his hand. Okay, so when was you gonna stop shooting the bullet? When was it gonna come to your mind? Because you are trained to do this.
Right.
Just like I'm trained in my career. When was it ever gonna kick in that you were gonna stop?
Right. It's a difference between subduing and killing. You know what I'm saying? I don't have no issue with subduing somebody. I ain't got no issue with that at all. But in this particular situation, what was the cause to subdue? The man didn't like touch anybody. You basically just got up and put the man in the chokehold because he wouldn't shut the hell up. That's essentially what you did. How you get away with second-degree manslaughter is beyond me. How is it manslaughter if you initiate attacking somebody? How is that manslaughter? Like how? I don't get that. The man didn't touch nobody. Go ahead. What you finna say?
No, I'm saying what's Blackson? What's his thoughts?
I mean, no, I'm in line with both of y'all, man. But you know, like you said with Trayvon Martin, it's going to be another George Zimmerman situation. They're going to be like, you know, because number one, he's a Marine. Number two, you know, they're already vilifying the guy that got killed. So yeah, it's you know, I mean, I already see where it's going to go. I know where it's going to go. they probably gonna quit him. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause and then you got all this support and like I said, DeSantis and all that doing GoFundMe's and shit like that. So yeah, that's my take.
I,
Yeah, man.
I would agree with that if it wasn't New York City. New York City might mess around and get them up through there. But again, we're talking about second degree manslaughter. What would you think that you could possibly get as a conviction or a sentence in second degree manslaughter? Even if he's convicted, he still may not go to jail.
Right. I got what
Right.
you're
So,
Second
saying.
so
degree manslaughter.
you telling me that when you look at states like New York, they're against guns and defending yourself.
That's why I think, yeah, that's why I'm saying that's why I think they may convict him, because it's New York City, smack dab in the middle of Manhattan. You know what I'm saying?
And you
So
see
he
that
may.
shit a lot of times in Chicago, out where we at. You know what I'm saying? You see a
Right,
lot of
right,
people
right,
with mental problems on the train.
right. Yeah, it's everywhere.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
Yeah, it don't matter where you're at. Everywhere. You see it in Atlanta. You get on a train in Atlanta, chances are 9 times out of 10 it's gonna be a crazy person on the train. But what does everybody ignore that shit, especially if you commute on the train every day.
Yep.
Folks
But
ignore it, especially
just like us,
in New York.
just like us, we go to work every day and we know we have enough sense. If I'm gonna subdue somebody, I have enough sense where I know I'm choking them out and I'm gonna kill somebody.
Right. Yeah.
But what's the cause of the subduing though? That's what I still can't figure out. What's the cause of the subduing?
Yeah.
Because it's a crazy man yelling and screaming on the train. So you gonna choke him out? That's murder. You touch that man for no reason. He didn't bother nobody. He didn't touch nobody. So how did you even get away with charging him with not first degree, second degree manslaughter? Second degree manslaughter is essentially like I ain't mean to kill him. You know what I'm saying? But you did.
Right.
So like I said, I've seen charges of second degree manslaughter where they got convicted and still did not go to jail. I seen it.
I
Hell,
mean,
all you
you
gotta
see
do is
with Laquan McDonald and with Rodney King.
Rodney King, yeah.
I mean, if we really
Yeah.
want to go back in history, you know,
Yeah, I
so you trying
mean,
to tell me you gonna subdue somebody and you are a trained individual. That's where it comes down to. You are a trained individual.
right. So that's negligent. And on top of it, because you neglected to let go, knowing damn well you should have let go. And everybody else just standing around. Matter of fact, you had a nigga supervising. He if you watch the video, he was just standing there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It goes back. It goes to it's a huge mental illness problem in this country, and police don't know how to deal with it. Point blank. Period. You know
That's
what I'm
true.
saying?
Yeah.
It's a channel on YouTube. It's called Police Activity. Oh, I mean, every day they posted videos of shooting, police involved shooting with some mentally ill person every day. And you got crackers in the comment section talking shit like this in the comment section every day.
Mm-hmm.
Like these people are idiots. Fuck the fact that this person ain't in his right mind. That don't matter. You know what I'm saying? And you get even with people with knives charging that police. You mean to tell me? And some people say, well, man, it's hard to dictate or it's hard to gauge how you would deal with that situation in real life, right? But we talk about people that's trained to do this. I'm not trained to do this shit. If you come at me with a knife, I'm shooting to kill. You know what I'm saying? But that's me protecting myself. I don't know no goddamn better. As a police officer, you train to deal with certain situations. And when it comes to mentally ill people, they not trained properly. Period. I refuse to believe that even if this person has a weapon of some sort, that you can't handle it non-lethal. I refuse to believe that shit. Especially if you some big ass jarhead. Because let's keep it real. A lot of these cops, they jarhead Marines or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Or some niggas from the hood, big as hell, 6'5", 300 pounds. But they shooting first and asking questions later.
I look at it like this, just like that could have been my son on that videotape.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, they just said he was on. So I'm assuming in New York, they got some type of list as far as like homeless people when it comes to like endangered type. You know what I'm saying? Some type of endangered list. Hey, look, we got this person on this list because you know he has mental issues or whatever. You know what I'm saying? He was on that list. Hell, he used to do Michael Jackson impersonations in the subway just to make money. He was homeless. You know what I'm saying? And I guess he had got down on his luck or whatever. Because the pictures that they got circulating, you know, like when he was doing his little Michael Jackson thing, he looked way different from the video of the actual choker. So you could tell, like, yo, like he ain't in Michael Jackson mode. Something wrong with him. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, come on, man. Like, what are we doing, bro? This dude should have been charged with murder.
I don't care what side. My bad, MD and Blackson. I
Nah,
don't
you
mean to cut.
good.
But I don't care what side that we stand on. When you look out there and you see that could be your daughter or my son in that same chokehold position.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. But like I said, again, we got to do a better job. Local government got to do a better job with mental illness. They just got to, bro. And I would go far as to say that take more of a priority over the homelessness situation. You got to deal with those homeless mentally ill first and foremost.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the Democrats ain't doing enough to do it because that's where they at in these Democratic cities. Now that part I agree with. You know what I mean? All the major cities in this country are for the most part Democratic ran, right?
Yeah.
The homeless situation is bad everywhere you go. It don't matter. But first and foremost, if you're gonna deal with the homelessness situation, you're gonna have to deal with the mental health issue. You got to.
Absolutely.
You got to deal with it. Like it don't make no sense for a mentally ill person to be on the street with no type of government assistance. How did that even happen? If you unfortunately are in custody of a child that has mental health issues. I got plenty of friends that got children with mental health issues. It don't matter what your status is in the economic stratosphere, right? You could get assistance for that child.
Absolutely.
Point blank, period. So why is it that once and I'm gonna tell you, and this is just me speculating, but a lot of these people that's on the street right now that's mentally ill, the reason they like that is because something happened to either their custodian or something, or they was basically aged out the system, right? So a lot of times they taken care of as children, but when they turn 18, they get lost in the sauce, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So because it ain't nobody there to make sure that they got their T's crossing their I's dotted as far as paperwork, they just get lost. You know what I'm saying? And they end up on the street, and it's the police problem at that point. That's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? That's bullshit. These people, I don't care if they don't have parents, it's the local government job to be that person's parent. That's just it. You know what I'm saying? But for the sake of not having to allocate funds to it, they just leave them on the street. That's just like what the Nazis was killing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, essentially, we doing the same thing because we ain't taking care of. and that's just being real. Like now that's where I have a more liberal view because these people just can't be just out there because they can't fend for themselves. We already know that. So why are we doing it? But in any event, that's all I got on that. That's all I got on that. You got anything else, Blackson?
No, that's it. I mean, you and E, yeah, y'all covered it, man. I mean, hell, it's yeah, the mental illness is a big problem. It's in all of the cities, man. I've seen it. I know y'all have seen it, man. I mean, but yeah, you got to know when to let go. I mean, yeah, like you said, if he, man, that's crazy. He said,
Yeah.
you got to know when to let go. That's crazy.
He should have been charged with murder, man. I
Yeah,
don't see
yeah,
how. I don't even see how they got away with indicting him on second degree manslaughter. Like how?
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yep,
He grabbed the man and choked him for no reason.
yep.
But in any event. All right, man. Let's get into this sucker DeSantis. Speaking of DeSantis,
Hmm.
let's break this down. Let me share my screen again. My screen one more time. I'm so slow. All right, bear with me. I'm trying to get it up.
All right.
We know when you can see it.
It's refreshing now.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm waiting for it to pop up. When it's slow as hell. I think we in there now.
Yeah, I see it. Yep.
Okay. All right. So yeah, we're going to Al Jazeera, y'all. We're going to Al Jazeera real quick. All right, yeah, Al Jazeera. Get this ad out of the way. DeSantis bans funding for Florida college diversity programs. Ron DeSantis, Florida governor and likely U.S. presidential candidate, says programs aim to impose an ideological agenda. Keep that in mind. May 15th, Republican Florida Governor Ron DeSantis has signed a bill to block federal and state funding to programs that aim to ensure diversity, equity, and inclusion (DEI) at public universities, boosting a conservative push against such initiatives. DeSantis approved the measure on Monday, decreeing DEI programs as part of a relatively recent push to impose an ideological agenda on educational institutions in the United States. DEI is better viewed as standing for discrimination, exclusion, and indoctrination, and that has no place in our public institutions, DeSantis said during a news conference. Damn.
Damn.
The law marks the latest effort by DeSantis, who is expected to announce a presidential run in the coming weeks, to champion conservative social causes, including in education. DeSantis is widely seen as former President Donald Trump's most serious challenger for the 2024 Republican nomination, but his poll numbers have faltered in recent weeks. The Florida governor also has pushed greater restrictions on abortion and helped impose limits on discussions of sexuality and gender identity in classrooms. Over the past few years, many U.S. universities have embraced DEI programs and training to bolster diversity in their ranks and better address the needs of minority students and faculty. Students measure bands curricula that teach identity politics or
Mm,
theories that systemic racism, sexism, oppression, and privilege are inherent in the institution of the United States and were created to maintain social, political, and economic inequity. The legislation is aimed at curtailing education from that looks at U.S. history through the lens of racism, a view known as critical race theory. Proponents of diversity programs and critical race theory argue that they aim to counter institutional racism and teach an accurate version of history that highlights the hurdles African Americans and other ethnic minorities have faced. Democratic Florida Senator Shervin Jones rejected what he called DeSantis' overreach into education. Education ought to be about teaching kids how to think through issues, not what to think about issues, Jones said. The exposure to wide ranging experiences and fresh perspectives encourages understanding and creativity. By restricting what students can learn, the state is actively suppressing students' academic and intellectual freedom. Florida House member Anna Escamani also called the bill a witch hunt after it passed in the state legislature earlier this month. This is a destructive law that targets diverse students like me and our ability to thrive in higher education institutions, Eskamani, who is of Iranian descent, said in a statement. It also suppresses academic freedom and inserts conservative political orthodoxy into the classroom. All right, that's that. So what y'all think about that? What y'all think about that?
I'll let Blackson go.
I mean, man, DeSantis, man, he ah at this point, man, MD and E, man, I think he just trying to he trying to stay relevant, man. At this point, man, I think he's really trying to stay relevant, and I think he's trying to stay relevant enough to try, and I hope this don't go down, but he's going to try to be Trump's VP. That's what I foresee. But I mean, Santos, needless to say, the dude is ridiculous, man. I'm at this point, man. It's like he's doing a Zelensky. He's just doing shit just to be doing shit, bro. Just to man. I mean, at least Zelensky, he does his stupidness for money. You know what I'm saying? And supplies. DeSantis, man, I think he's just trying to stay in the news cycle, man. That's all I got to say, man.
Yeah, I would say this. What's your third topic, MD?
We're gonna talk about the report that came out last week on Biden from the Oversight Committee.
Okay. Well, I would say this with DeSantos is that DeSantis or DeSantos, as some people call him. I would have to agree with Blackson. He's just, he's just somebody you would just say, I'm just tired of listening to. It's kind of like Kanye. You just get tired of listening to him.
Right. Good point. He doing a Kanye. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you feel me? You just get kind of tired of him. Like, bro, I ain't really trying to hear you, bro. Like, DeSantis, I don't, the one thing I will tell our people as far as being African Americans, as far as having a heavy population out here in Chicago, I was just talking to one of my coworkers. I said, you know what? Overall, people don't care about history overall. So I don't know really how to feel about that. You feel me? People they not trying to go to no museums and find out about history. So I mean, the sense of he has that right wing type of a Marjorie Taylor type of female down there, Becky down there. They gonna jump on that. How do y'all feel about that?
Yeah, no doubt. And
I agree.
let me let me say this first and foremost. When it comes to critical race theory, right? I'm a proponent of if it's something that's offered like in a sociology class in college, so the fuck what? You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of stuff that's offered in college that I may not necessarily agree with, but that's part of college, especially if you're paying for it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Who is DeSantis to say anything about any study course at a higher institution? He ain't got the right. What you know what I'm saying?
But the reason the reason why I'm
Huh?
bringing it is because when you look at a major metropolis where it's heavy black, like when you would say Atlanta or Chicago or Detroit, that ain't even no question. We look at him as a goofy. You know, he's a
Mhm.
goofy to us because it's not even no question. He's not gonna get no votes up here. You feel me?
Well, hell, he keep messing around. He ain't gonna get no votes nowhere. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, for the most part, he's following the status quo when it comes to like all the Republican talking points. That's all he's doing at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? He's like a robot. Whatever GOP bullet points hit, they input him into the DeSantis and he start doing shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
You don't see no other Republican governors going all out of their way to do shit. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Right.
Only DeSantis. So yeah, he a goofy, man. But like I said, when it comes to critical race theory, right? I don't have an issue with it from a sociology standpoint. Now, do I agree with the actual curriculum of critical race theory? No, I don't. Tell the fucking history how it's supposed to get told. Don't put a narrative on.
Wait a
So
minute.
in
Wait.
actuality,
When you say the history, what you mean by that?
I mean the history of this country, right, wrong, and indifferent. Critical race theory is.
You got to elaborate a little bit on that. What you mean?
I mean, tell the history as it is in real time. Like this is what happened with this on this such and such date. This is what happened. It's not up to a professor or a teacher to try to instill some type of ideology based off of what happened. Do that make sense?
So
Don't
you
don't
say
be
some like roots you wouldn't agree with,
Yeah,
like some.
roots is critical race theory.
Okay.
I don't need no
So how do
narrative.
we get
I don't
past that?
I don't need a storyline in my history. Do that make sense?
So wait a minute. Hold on, MD. So how do we get past that?
What do you
That
mean? How do we get past it? We get past it by just telling the history for what it is. Right, wrong, or indifferent.
what
so
he's
another.
saying.
So wait a minute. Hold on. Pause. So
Okay,
in other
okay.
words, you would say that slavery was a worldwide institution.
No,
And
what the hell? How you get that from what I just said?
no,
Slavery.
no,
What?
I'm trying to see what you want. What you want,
No,
bro?
I'm talking about United States history. I don't give a damn about the rest of the world. I'm talking about the history of this country. Tell the history as it was in real time. Tell slavery for what it was. Tell slavery based off of the law. Tell slavery based off of the disappropriation. Tell slavery by the unjustness from a constitutional aspect. I don't give a damn about uh uh Kunta Kinte. Kunta Kinte is one person. I want to see the institution in and of itself from a constitutional standpoint. This is why it wasn't constitutional. ABC.
Oh,
Reconstruction. ABC. Stuff like the 1619 project and all that shit. That's extra shit. That shit to try to make me feel better. I don't want to feel better. I want to know what I'm supposed to have in my everyday life based off of the ills that we went through through my ancestors. That's what I want to know. Nobody telling that.
okay.
We telling Kunta Kinte. That's critical race theory. We
But
tell him follow the drinking
well,
gourd and
hold on, hold on. DeSantis is putting it out there like it's a lie, like what people have done to us in this country.
well, DeSantis don't want DeSantis want to block that out, is what I'm saying. DeSantis don't want Kunta Kinte. But he's only doing that based off of GOP talking points. You see what I'm saying? That's the only reason he's doing it.
Wait, now let me ask a question because I'm a little okay because Now, would you consider revisionism race theory, or that's not the same?
Well, revisionist history is false history. I ain't saying nothing is
Okay,
false.
gotcha. Okay, gotcha. Okay, so
Yeah,
race theory is yeah.
I'm not
I'm
saying
not.
nothing is false. I'm saying they're putting scripts behind the history. That's the bullshit. I don't need a script. I just want the history.
So wait. But you said when you say script, that's something that's fictional though, right? Am I
No. A script can be something that's pushing a narrative, whether it be
right?
false or true. I don't need a narrative push. I need constitutional implications. I need economic impact. That's the shit I need. Critical race theory is not providing any of that. Critical race theory is providing white guilt. And you see the result of what DeSantis is doing. Critical race theory is history through the eyes of oppression and racism and social injustice. Do that make sense?
Oh, yeah. You don't need no emotionalism
I don't
injected
need none
into
of
it.
that.
You just
I'm
gotcha.
black already. I should already like know that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I don't give a shit if the white man know it or not. But I tell you what you is gonna know. You're gonna know about how the Constitution negatively affected me by the shit y'all was doing. Let's talk about law. Let's talk about criminality. Let's talk about economic impact. That's the shit I give a damn about. Like I said, that's not necessarily a shot at CRT. All I'm saying is CRT, let the shit stay in sociology where it belongs. That's all I'm saying. Let it stay in sociology. I don't need it in nowhere else but in some college hall somewhere in African American studies. That's where I need it. Give the students a choice if they wanna delve into that topic or not.
Well, like y'all said,
But the institution as a whole needs to be taught via it needs to be taught legally. Do that make sense to
I
everybody?
mean, but like you said, DeSantis has no business interfering with a private institution, which is a college. So, I mean, would they have the right to? I guess depending on the professor or whoever.
Again, like I said, I think it's unconstitutional. But who am I? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know why he's even messing. I mean, if critical race theory is being taught in a college is it's not like public education. That's paid education. So, right
Right.
there,
And
that's a red flag.
remember they were trying to bring in AP studies in high schools for like pre-college courses.
Right.
And they wanted CRT as part of those AP study programs, pre-college, right? Now, me again, personally, I don't believe CRT is needed on that level, but those districts got the right to put those particular courses in. Again, DeSantis ain't got no right to say who's getting taught what in anywhere.
Right.
Period.
Yeah, he just being a clown. I think he's just being a clown, man. He's just trying to stay relevant. Like you said, he's just doing talking points.
GOP
You
talking
know,
point. Exactly.
yeah. But he, like I said, at best, and I don't even know if it's gonna happen at this point. At best, he's gonna try to run and be Trump's running mate at best. But him being the head of the ticket, he could forget about that shit. That shit died like months ago.
Now let me reiterate what I said. Peace and Yame. Like I said, I don't have no issue with CRT. I'm not saying I said CRT is a storyline based off of the narrative of a lens that's being inserted to characterize the history. You know what I'm saying? Essentially, that's what CRT is. I mean, I'm not no sociologist. I can't break down CRT in its essence. But I know in layman's terms, CRT is looking at history through a lens of racism, economic instability of a particular people on both sides. But yeah, peace to you, Inyame. Hey, that'll be a great debate topic.
Yeah.
But hey, I'm gonna leave it at that.
Hey, I think that's why Nyami's here, boy. He's scouting out.
I'm gonna leave it at
You
that.
know,
I'll see you.
you know,
I'll see you next season.
yeah, you're on Nyami's hit list. So yeah, he's scouting. He's scouting about. We
Yeah,
see
I'll
him,
see you
Nyami.
next season. No doubt, no doubt. But yeah, man. So yeah, that's all I got on that. Anybody else got any last words on that?
No, that's it.
All right, cool. All right, so let me stop sharing that. Let's get into the main event. Let's get into the main event. Well, for sure. Oh, yeah. I'm trying to share it, man. Like my shit getting slower and slower. Let me know when y'all can see it.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
All right, let me blow it up a little bit, man. This CBS news right here. Let's see what CBS News got to say about it. All right, y'all. House GOP panel says members of Biden's family got $10 million from foreign entities as Democrats note no sign of Joe Biden's involvement. After reviewing thousands of records subpoenaed from 4 banks, the House Oversight Committee said in an interim report that some Biden family members, associates, and their companies received more than $10 million from foreign entities, including payments made during and after President Joe Biden's vice presidency. But the White House countered that GOP investigators could not point to a single Joe Biden policy that was unduly influenced. Now, remember, I'm stop right there. Let's give context. Remember, when Comer came out, his goal was to try to find where certain foreign policy was being influenced through payment. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That was Comer's whole goal of doing this investigation and the subpoena and everything. The 36-page interim GOP report released by Oversight Committee Chair James Comer, a Kentucky Republican, accused some Biden family members and associates of using a complicated network of more than 20 companies, mostly LLCs, formed when Mr. Biden was vice president, and used incremental payments over time to conceal large financial transactions. Give me 1 second, y'all. Give me 1 second.
All right.
Hey, who on the line right now, Blackson? Who on the line?
Shit, you got well, it's just me, you, and MD right now, but we got Inyame and GTO in the chat. Inyame, I don't know if you're busy, man. Hop on, man. Hop on, shit. But yeah, it just us for now, man. Yeah, this article right
My
here is
bad.
what.
I
Oh,
don't
you
know
good?
what
You
just
good?
happened.
Okay.
Yeah, my bad. I'm trying to fix like a tab just got moved. I don't even know what the hell just happened.
Oh shit.
I think this why. I'm straight though. You can still see my screen, right?
Yeah, we can see it. Yeah, you good over here?
Okay, all right. It says from a historical standpoint, we've never seen a presidential family receive these sums of money from adversaries around the world, Comer said.
Oh shit.
The White House spokesman, Ian Sam, responded on Twitter that Comer has offered no evidence of any wrongdoing by Mr. Biden. That House Republicans have shown no evidence of any policy decisions influenced by anything other than U.S. national interest. And added that they are really just microwaving old debunked stuff. Comer and panel members focused Wednesday's news conference on payments from individuals from China and Romania, which is not a U.S. adversary. When asked about a direct link to Mr. Biden, Comer said the early phase of the investigation suggested a pattern of behavior. I don't think anyone in America who's watching C-SPAN or any other network covering this would think that it's just a coincidence that 9 Biden family members have received money for this influence peddling scheme, Comer said. We believe that the president has been involved in this from the very beginning. Obviously, we're going to continue to look, he said, though he did not identify any direct or indirect payment to Mr. Biden. What we cited today and what we're updating you with today results from 4 banks. We believe there are 12 banks. So right now, you could say that we're in the beginning stages of this investigation. House Republicans insisted their inquiry has several legislative aims behind it, addressing deficiencies in ethics and disclosure laws, strengthening reporting requirements for senior elected officials' family members, and evaluating the Bank Secrecy Act and anti-money laundering laws. The House Oversight Committee's ranking Democrat, Jamie Raskin of Maryland, said in a statement that a former business associate and former advisor to then Vice President Biden told Republican and Democratic Oversight Committee staff in March 2023 that he was not aware of any involvement by President Biden in the financial conduct of the president's relatives' business, much less any transactions into or out of the then Vice President's bank account related to business conducted by any Biden family. Abby Lowell, an attorney for Hunter Biden, suggested instead of redoing old investigations that found no evidence of wrongdoing by Mr. Biden, Representative Coleman should do the same examination of the many entities of former President Trump and his family. At the same time, there is a federal investigation into Hunter Biden's business dealings that began in 2018, led by David Weiss, a U.S. attorney in Delaware. A 2019 federal subpoena obtained by CBS News sought financial and business records pertaining to 15 business entities and Hunter Biden, the president's brother James, as well as 2 business partners dating back to 2014 when Joe Biden was vice president. 2 sources familiar with the matter recently confirmed to CBS News that the attorney for the IRS whistleblower, who alleges that the Justice Department interfered in and mishandled the Hunter Biden criminal probe, met last week with members of Congress on behalf of his client. The meeting, described as a proffer session with the House Ways and Means and Senate Finance Committee, to lay the groundwork for what the whistleblower could tell investigators and how he could do so without running afoul of taxpayer privacy laws. Okay, that's it on that. Now let me figure out how to get back to y'all because I don't even know. Hold on.
Okay. Damn, he just dropped off. I'm sure he'll come back. Yeah, man. Yep. Let's get to the main event.
All right, so in a nutshell, with this report from the Oversight Committee, they were able to establish that, in fact, Biden, whether it be directly or indirectly, meaning whether it be him or his family members, do got some type of business deals with these foreign companies through bank transactions. Like that's established. You know what I mean?
Right.
What's not established is what Comer sought out to try to achieve, and that was to prove that these particular transactions were part of some type of deal of political influence. Like, let's just keep it real. Comer wasn't able to prove it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But on the grand scheme of things, it like I said, it may go down a rabbit hole as far as Hunter Biden, because that's still ongoing. And I think ultimately, that's what they want. I think they'll be good with Hunter Biden because the deal with Hunter Biden will prove a more major deal with Joe Biden. Because ultimately we know, and Biden even said that he don't trust Hunter Biden when it comes to certain business deals that he's made in the past. So
Right.
we can only assume that Joe Biden has some type of involvement when it comes to the business dealings of Hunter Biden. So this initial report may lead down the rabbit hole in terms of what's really going on with Hunter Biden, the type of moves that he made, the type of deals that he broke. That's what I get from this. When it comes to the initial reason that Comer came up with this investigation, I think it was a moot point, and I think he really did it as a play to try to get more information piled up with this Hunter Biden situation. What you think?
I mean, I'm hearing everything that you're saying, MD. The only thing I did get a report on is now they can't find the goddamn
I was just about to mention that.
yo, they can't find him. So I'm like, yo, when you first told me about it, I'm like, oh shit, okay. I popped up out of my chair and I'm doing research. It wasn't 2 days later, they saying they can't find the goddamn leaker. I'm like, what kind of bullshit is this, man? So I smell some bullshit. But
Yeah.
I don't know how effective this is gonna be without the damn witness, MD. I'm just gonna keep it real with you, bro. I don't know how
Well,
effective it's gonna be because
but it won't. I mean, it won't be. I mean, as far as the initial information, they got what they needed out of him for the initial, because like I said, as it said in the report, they know of over 12 banks. They only listed the 4 in the report.
okay.
So they obviously got information that they're not willing to release yet, because I don't think they got enough rock solid evidence to put anything out. That's where the whistleblower come into play. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right. But don't they need that whistleblower to testify, or they just need his testimony? Is what you're saying?
Well, it's nothing to testify right now. Like ain't it's no hearings or anything that's scheduled right now. I mean, ultimately, if they can find something damning, and if they come up with a final report, then maybe they'll have a hearing about it then.
Right.
But I don't think that's gonna be no time soon. But in any event, that they still can't find the dude.
No, they
You know
can't
what I'm
find him
saying?
at all. No.
So yeah, that's kind of weird. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's of no effect as this initial report. You know what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying.
Right. Yeah, it's no effect as this initial report, but it's still strange nonetheless. You know what I'm saying?
Very strange, bro. In fact, we don't
Yeah.
even know if the dude is alive or dead, man. But at this point, shit, hell,
Yeah.
you could be swimming with the lobsters in Boston, shit, for all we know.
Yeah. So yeah, man, it's strange. I don't know, and this still an ongoing investigation. Like this ain't the end. So in the coming weeks, the coming months, I'm pretty sure that once they can put more pieces to the puzzle together, they'll release more information. You know what I'm saying? But I think as far as right now, they don't have enough to try to put something on Biden or anybody in Biden's family. That's why I think they just went on ahead and did the press conference. They went on ahead and released a statement on Congress.gov just to let you know, hey, this is what we got, this is what we're working on. That's essentially what they did. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't nothing that really was, like I said, was damning
Right,
to
right.
the effect of, oh, we got it. No, it wasn't like that. You know what I'm saying?
Then why
But
put out
but again,
a
huh?
then why put out a press conference if you ain't got a
Because
still tight case?
because they had to, because they
Oh,
essentially put themselves behind, they put themselves in the corner with the subpoena. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
They had to. They ain't had no choice.
Oh, okay.
Like me and you thought it was gonna be bigger than what it was, but like it turned out to be that. And
Yeah,
and it's funny because we look at that situation and then we turn around and look at what happened today as the Durham report got released,
Yeah.
they kind of coincide with each other as far as two presidents and trying to get shit on them. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Without a doubt, no doubt,
So I
no
mean,
doubt.
this Durham report essentially exonerates Trump for any wrongdoing when it comes to
Russia
the
Gate.
whole Russia. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You
I'm
you remember
well.
back in 2016, that was a big deal. All that's all the Democrats were talking about.
Yeah, I know. I knew it was
You know what I mean?
bullshit. I knew it was bullshit when I first heard about it. But yeah, you're
So
right.
so but again, that'll be something that we'll dive into as I skim through the report and come up with bullet points and topics about it. I'll feel confident enough to talk about it today because, like I said, the report just came out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I've been driving all day. I ain't got a chance to look at nothing. So depending on what I see, I may do a standalone show on it, or I might just wait till next week on Arena this week, and we'll discuss it a little bit on that show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the news for the week, man. D Bizzle, what's up? I saw you left and came back out. Did you get to hear any of that?
Yeah, yeah. I heard most of it.
Oh, okay.
I really can't speak on it right now either. So
Yeah,
I just
yeah, no
want to
doubt,
see if
no
y'all
doubt.
heard anything about the Prime Minister of Great Britain giving some more money to Ukraine.
That's Black Sun Department, man. Yeah, Black Sun break all that down on Thursday. Speaking of Thursday, man, is there anything that you could preview for Arena Abroad this week on Thursday?
You talking about me?
Nah, I'm talking to Black Sun.
Yeah, I want you to definitely join us because it actually relates. But I got actually four articles I want to get to. So number one, there's an election that went down in Turkey, and now there's a runoff. And so as I was talking to MD behind the scenes, Erdogan, that's Putin's man, and the EU and Biden's upset with Erdogan, and they trying to get him out, and they got a guy who's pro USA running. So, but MD brought it to my attention that Erdogan is a goddamn theocratic. He's a theocratic Muslim. So that's he threw that in the mix. So yeah, we gonna definitely deal with that on Thursday. Then we got yeah, well, yeah, we're gonna deal with that in we're gonna deal with that Ibiza as far as like more money to Ukraine. I'm actually I got something on China with Xi Jinping. He actually came with a peace deal. He came with a peace deal. He got Zelensky on the phone, but guess who said no? Don't take that deal.
Who?
Biden, the Biden administration. They saying no, no peace
Well, I
talks.
would say some. Well, I'll let you go. I'll let
No,
you
no, no.
go.
Go ahead, go ahead on. Say something. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I want to get your take on it.
No, because MD. I think we all basketball fans, right?
Yeah.
So when you look at Endurgan or Enduro, however you want to say his name, but Enos Cantor, the former NBA player, and since it's NBA, the playoffs and everything is going on, they have a national warrant out for Enos Cantor right now. And as far as a lot of people, they don't know about the situation going on out there in Nigeria with Bolo Tinubu, the president elect of Nigeria. He has a case out of Chicago, a heroin case. A lot of people they don't know that.
Oh
Well,
shit.
hell, he's Nigerian, ain't he? Hell, what they don't do.
Yeah. So just that that may be some things that people want to look up.
Well,
No
shit. Why
doubt,
don't
no
you
doubt.
do a segment? Shit. Yeah, you got extra news going on. Shit.
I
Do a
mean, MD
segment.
could look it up right now. I mean, I'm not trying to, I know MD, he does the show, so I ain't trying to, bogart and nothing, and I
No,
don't
no,
want
it's
him to
all
say
good.
that.
No, it's all good, man. Yeah, man. Like I said, we can. This what we need to do, bro. You at one of these days, man. Like you gonna have to jump in the back chat, man, and we gonna have to set you up with a date, man, so you can so you can put something together, man, on one of these shows, bro. That's what's gonna have to happen.
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
Okay.
That's what's gonna
It's,
have to
it's
happen.
it's a lot of Nigerians out here where I'm at, bro. So you know, a lot of people they know about, but y'all may not know as far as being, this ain't no disrespect, but just being, in the southern states. They may not know about it. What's going on in Nigeria right now. When you look at Nigeria with over 200 million Africans, a lot of people they don't know that by the year I want to say 2050, they would have almost close as the United States. And a lot of us that's in the United States, we don't understand that. As far as that, when um, when your society is a large number, that gives you more pressure on other nations. So, that's some things we have to talk about too. Demographics.
Well, shit, break that down. Shit, break it down. You mean as
As
far as
far
a
as right now, you talking about right now?
yeah? You are you talking about like a voting block or what?
No,
What
I'm
you
talking
mean?
about demographics. Period. As far as when you look at India, well, when you look at India right now, they are the biggest democratic society on the face of earth. A lot of people think the United States is, but
Right.
India actually is the biggest democratic society
Okay.
in the world. So when you look at Nigeria and their push, they have the youngest, I want to say the youngest between 25 and 50 years old. And that's going to put them ahead of a lot of different societies. So a
Yeah,
lot of
yeah.
people don't.
I seen some on that. I seen some on that.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of people
Yeah,
they don't know
yeah.
about that.
I think they were saying like in by like 2030, Nigeria was gonna be ranked like 4 or 5 largest uh
Yeah,
country
countries.
like by
Yeah, countries.
population in the world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Nigeria it has the same land mass as Texas right now.
Mm.
Yeah, it's a
So when
lot of
you
it's a
look at
lot of
them,
it, though.
yeah, when you look at them, and that's why it's a problem with the United States. That's why they've been kicked out there over there in Nigeria and the west coast of Africa, dealing with Russia as well in that Sahel region, because they know it's going to be a problem. Nigeria is the biggest economy for Africa as a continent. So when you look at Nigeria as far as oil resources, Angola, Libya,
Hmm.
and that's been a whole nother situation as well when Muammar Gaddafi, when the situation jumped off with him and Louis Farrakhan back in
Right.
the late 80s. That's why when they gave the Nation of Islam $5 million, I don't know if we want to talk about it right now, but when they gave them that money, that's what put the fear in the United States government as far as
No,
dealing with street gangs.
and it's funny that you mentioned that because that's going to segue into Thursday because Gaddafi, Putin, okay, I won't even say Putin. I'm going to say Xi Jinping did what Gaddafi was thinking about doing. The only thing is you can't take out Xi Jinping like that. You know what I'm saying? Especially now that he's tied up with Russia. People think it's, and I heard the generals talk today. They're talking about how Russia's not the problem. It's China who we got to save our arms for. We got Zelensky running around Europe, running all up and down Europe, talking about he need money, this and that. And our generals over here saying, yo, we need that stockpile for goddamn Taiwan against China.
But you know what the one thing that people they don't want to hear as far as us being black, MD and Blackson. Y'all hear me?
Yeah.
MD.
Yeah, yeah, I'm here.
Oh yeah. Us as black folks, we don't understand how gifted we are being in the United States. Because whether we want to believe it or not, just like when they kicked off over there in the Sudan last month, you know who was coming to get them? It wasn't no Pan Africanists. It was the United States choppers that's coming over there getting our people. So that's why a lot of people
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Same way with Brittany Griner. The same way when we go to Russia anywhere. A lot of black folks sometimes we don't want to admit it, but that United States passport means something.
Uh-oh.
What,
Uh-oh, you heard that, MD?
yeah, I heard that. E-Bizzle, what you saying is when you get jammed up abroad, you pull out that card that tell you what
Come
to
on,
say.
come on, come on, speak, brother.
You
Speak,
can't do
brother.
this to me. I'm
Speak,
American. That's what the
speak,
card say. All you
speak,
gotta do
brother.
is repeat what the card say.
Let me tell you something. Let
I'm
me tell you
American.
something. Let me tell you something. When you pull out that blue ID, it's just like you a Chicago police officer, New NYC police officer. When you pull it out, bottom line,
Yeah,
them choppers coming to get your ass.
yeah.
Excuse my
Cause,
French, Blackson and MD.
Oh, you good?
nah,
Excuse
you
me.
all good, man. You all good. So what you telling me is when you at the airport and you pull out that blue passport with that stamp on it, that them custom days stand up straight. They don't give you no
Look, MD. When if I go visit Egypt right now, you know the first thing I'm gonna ask them. I'm gonna
what's
ask
that.
them where's the nearest U.S. State Department building at?
Yeah, where's the nearest embassy, sir?
Where's the nearest embassy, sir? Because I need my guys to come pick me up if it jump off over here. I need the guy, and I ain't talking about the guys in Chicago. I need the guys. I need them choppers to come over here and get me, bro.
And you know what they gonna tell you right this way, sir. You American, right this way. It don't matter if you black, white. It don't matter.
Hey, Blackson.
Yo,
I need the guys to come get me. I need
right,
the
right.
guys with them choppers to come
Hey,
get me right now.
hey. You put a
That's
target
what
on your.
Negroes need to man understand, man. You
Yeah.
sitting in a nation. What makes the United States such a and see my
Hmm.
thing is I don't want to get on those scriptural stuff because you know I was heavy into the Hebrew, but what makes the United States different from other nations is that you surrounded by two bodies of water, the Atlantic
That's right.
Ocean and the Pacific. And both of your neighbors, Canada and Mexico, they wouldn't dare
Nope.
challenge the United States. They wouldn't dare. So you sitting over here in the land of milk and honey, if you want to bring it to a biblical
Oh shit.
situation, you sitting over here in the land of milk and honey. And
Oh
y'all talking
shit.
about, man, the white man doing this and that, but I don't know. What's y'all thoughts on that?
Oh shit. And y'all mean, hey man, I
Man,
think I
man,
think you just
you need to join the league. I need you
yeah,
by my side.
yes
I,
sir.
I, I need
Yeah, I've been hearing your man. I know Angel. She been riding with him too. What's your man? SBDL?
We're talking about the Baylay.
No, yeah, the Baylor in Europe, but also what's the one with SBDL? What's his name?
you talking about solar?
Yeah. So that's my dude, man. Cause I like how he be doing. I like how he be doing, y'all. But
Oh, in the struggle ball, yeah.
but what I would say is this: you don't understand. And I was teaching my son this. You don't understand how much protection that you have within the United States border. And
Oh,
see, that's where we
Right.
got to get outside. You have to start reading more. Okay, we could talk about Pan Africanism and woo bop the bam, right?
yep.
But you have to understand what your protection is when you travel outside this country. Your ass protected by them choppers. Them
Mm.
choppers gonna come get your ass.
Damn, he said choppers.
No doubt, no doubt. Yeah. That passport means something, man.
Yes, sir.
That passport, it definitely means something, bro.
Am I
It
lying,
mean it,
MG?
you ain't lying, man. You ain't lying
Mm-mm.
at all. You ain't lying. And like I said, it
Yeah.
don't matter what color you is, what creed. Your ass got that blue passport. Yeah, boy, you in there. Like I
A
Mm.
lot
said,
of
it
people.
Damn.
and if it was up to me, it would come with that card. And like I said, the card will say, in the event of harm abroad, say these words to the nearest authority. You can't do this to me.
You
I'm
United
American.
States Embassy.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Please direct
Look.
me to
I'm
the
gonna tell
nearest
you this.
United States.
I'm gonna tell you this. When Brittany Griner got back over here, you think she ain't kissed the ground?
I know she did.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I know she
Yeah.
did.
So
Because
one thing about it, when we
for a minute she thought it was over with. She thought it
Yeah.
was over
Hey,
with.
we all thought it was over with. Shit. Yeah, we thought shit. Yeah, we all thought it was
yeah,
over with,
I
man.
think that a lot of people, as far as when you look at Black Americans, and even with the situation I was telling my cousin uh, with Nigeria, he said, "Man, how do you know this?" I said, "Well, I start reading, outside of all this debating back and forth, right?" So I said the situation with Chicago has always been a huge metropolis for the middle of the country. When you start looking up demographics, Dallas has always been a huge metropolis. Houston, we look at areas like Atlanta. Of course, we look at NYC and LA, right? And Miami, those ports. But when you look at the United States overall, you in the most protected country. That's why the United States can sell all around the world. That's why they have 700 military bases. But I think for a lot of times, not to demean our people, but I just think we don't look at it like that. That's why you have 700 military bases around the world. And it took me a long time until my buddy told me that when he was in the Navy. He was like, United States, ain't nobody rocking with the United States. And that's real. These
Yeah.
40 million
I,
Negroes that's over here, y'all the most protected out of anybody.
Damn.
yeah, I think black folks don't look at it from a variety of ways until it benefit them in some type of way. You know what I'm saying? Because and that ain't no fault. I ain't gonna say it ain't no fault of our own. It's just from the circumstance of our position here. Because we've been on the bottom for so long, we got a certain perception of how we
Mhm.
view the United States internally. But when it go out, when we get outside of the box, that's when we start to see, yeah, damn, I do got it good where I'm at.
You
You know
know
what I'm
what,
saying?
MD? You know what, MD? Not to cut your wisdom. You know what made me looking more into it is when I started listening to, what, right outside my crib, University of Chicago, John Mearshire. I don't know if you'll look him up. He teaches at the University of Chicago. He teaches on geopolitical situations. So, the University of Chicago and Northwestern, which is about, I want to say, 20 miles away, from the it's in Evanston. But anyway,
Yeah,
that's what made me start looking at things different, bro. And sometimes with our community, you can't have a difference of opinion.
Right.
yeah, yeah. I mean, like I said, that goes back to our conditioning in the country. Like we've been conditioned to not look at the liberties of the country from an internal standpoint because we've always been on a particular run here in the country. It's not until you get outside of the country where you start to see the benefit of that American citizenship, no doubt. And that's not just from a military force. Hell, that's from all aspects of the United States. That's from government, because like
Hmm.
Blackson always say, take your ass to a theocratic nation and
Yeah.
see how fast you try to get back to America. But not only that, capitalism. All
Yeah.
these Negroes talk all this stuff about capitalism. Take your
Yeah.
ass to a socialist country
Mm-mm.
and see how fast you're gonna want to bring your black ass back to the United States where you can make some money.
Yeah.
Despite how
But but
despite how
but
much
but do y'all understand what I'm saying with the demographics? When you look at China, China is 6,000 miles away. Think about that.
Right.
Six
Yep.
thousand miles away from California. Okay. So I done been out to Honolulu, which is 2,000 miles away from California. So just think about that for a minute. Who do you honestly think gonna come over here and set foot on this ground over here?
you're right, bro. You're right. You're right. The last person the last people that tried to do it was Japan, and they only got the fucking Hawaii.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? They couldn't.
that's right.
If they would have tried to go farther, they would have crashed in the damn Pacific.
Yeah.
So
You
I
know what
want
I'm
to ask
saying?
y'all before we, I know we got to close, but I wanted to ask y'all. So why don't you think that us as black folks talk about this, Black Son or MD? Why don't you think we talk about it?
Again, like I said, like I just said, internally we feel some type of way based off of our condition in this country historically. And I get it from an emotional standpoint. I totally understand. But it's to the point where a lot of us we don't even want to look at the benefit of being in America. Like we passed that point. You know what I'm saying? And I'm
Right.
talking about general. I ain't saying everybody. I'm saying generally. Generally, we're past the point of seeing how legally we can thrall in the country that is the United States. That's how you get Pan Africanism. That's how you get uh more or less to a certain extent a skewed version of black nationalism. Now I understand that black nationalism came out in the perception of
You're right.
us in the country. I'm not saying that, I revere that part of black nationalism.
Yeah,
You know,
I say the same thing. I say the same thing.
yeah, but I'm saying like, a lot of things get skewed based off of the negative, how we perceive ourselves in this country, and I think if more of us were able to take more emphasis on the legality of us in the country, I think we'll be a lot better off.
Okay,
But
cool.
that's just me. You know what I'm saying? Peace. What's up, Inyame?
Peace, peace. Hold on, hold on, hold on, guys. I got a call coming in. I'll be right back.
Okay,
Yeah, all
okay.
right, cool.
No, that was well said, MD. I just want to hit Black Son thoughts too.
I mean, you know, I'm in the great. Hey, MD will tell you, man. And every time I bring up these theocratic countries, man, you got these, and then y'all both used to be Hebrew Israelites. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
y'all were Hebrew Israelites because America got in their freedom of religion. You can't do that shit in these theocratic countries because it's gonna be it ain't gonna be MD's interpretation, it ain't gonna be goddamn E's interpretation. It's gonna be the government's interpretation of goddamn
Hell
whatever
yeah.
Hebrew Israelite. Yeah, it's gonna be their interpretation. And you could be the same thing as them if you don't go by their interpretation. That's your ass.
Right. And like I said, all the fucked up shit that the government did to us throughout the annals of history, right? Still from a foundation of what the government is. Now, again, and that go back to my point, right? And I don't want to bring up the debate that I had last, but my whole emphasis on what the point that I was trying to make in my debate. The system in itself is the government. There is nothing wrong with the government. It's the ideology being implemented in the government that's the problem. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If we could change the ideology within the government to our benefit, wouldn't nobody have no issue.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? As far as black folks.
Yeah. That's
So
real
saying so
talk.
saying so saying that the system is unjust. No, the system is not unjust.
No.
The ideology that's being implemented systematically is unjust.
Right. Just
The
like we
system
talked
is
about
just, yeah,
earlier.
it don't matter who using the system. The system, it's like you got a cup laying on the table. Whoever grabbed that cup, you can put either water in the cup or you can put piss in the cup. You know what I'm saying? But that's all I got to drink. I ain't got nothing else. So if somebody else
Yeah.
grabbed the cup first and piss in the cup, it's unjust because of something that somebody did. The cup ain't unjust. The cup didn't do shit.
Yeah, just like we talked about earlier with old boy in New York.
Right. No doubt.
No doubt.
So yeah, I'm waiting on Inyame. 'Cause I know we about to get ready to
But
close out, but
yeah, I know we about to get ready to close. I'm gonna check out see what these old like
yeah,
y'all
and
already know my boy AD. They call him Street Club, but you know I'm a Shot Town fanatic. But I'm gonna see what he
um,
gonna do tonight against these old Denver, what they call them, Denver Nuggets. But
Denver
I just
Nuggets.
want
Yeah,
I want people to understand that. And I know MD, I know you all have a good knowledge of here. That's why sometimes I'll be wanting to talk to what's the sister name that come on with Blackson on Sunday.
Nature
Oh,
Mom.
Nature Mom, yeah.
Yeah, but see, I don't want to be over jumping nothing. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be over jumping nothing, but I'm like, you in the most protected place right here in the United States. What is so hard for Negroes to understand that?
Well, again, I mean, it's more of an emphasis on the injustices when it comes to us internally here. And like I said, I don't. It ain't like I'm disagreeing with you. Yeah, it's a lot of disappropriation when it comes to us. That's I get it. But from a governmental standpoint, that's on us to men. And also from a citizen standpoint, you see the benefits that you have going outside the country. To your point, E. Billy, I ain't saying you don't.
For
Like
sure.
you definitely see the advantage. You know what I mean? Most definitely. I think Yame back because I know
Yeah,
we about
peace.
to hop off FVDL starting real quick. Yeah, what's up, Black Son? I mean, what's up, Yame?
Yeah, I know I'm at the end. We probably have to revisit this show. Uh,
No doubt,
but
no doubt.
What's up? Peace, brother. Peace.
peace, peace, peace. But my pushback would be, um, do we substitute or forego? And you kind of alluded to it some, MD. Do we forego the injustices that have been done to say we're well protected? Do we ignore what has happened to say, look, okay, we're gonna ignore all of that because this country is well protected?
No. I don't think you ignore it. I think you use your constitutional right to avenge it. You know what I mean? But that's something that has to be done on a mass scale. You know what I mean? We were just talking about the advantages outside of the country. I think that's what E was basically talking about.
Yeah. I was just talking about more the demographics, like as far as if we go outside, when you see that blue passport, I think Japan, if I'm not mistaken, Japan, Switzerland, and Sweden, they have the strongest passport. But the United States, which most people will know, I'm not trying to demean nobody on this, on this panel, but the United States spends over $1 trillion a year in a military. So there is nobody, like I told my son, there is nobody banging against you. Ain't nobody banging against you. Period, point blank. You can go wherever you want to go, just like all these Egyptian brothers talking about I'm going to Kemet and woo bop the bam. You know why they can go over there freely? Because they know them choppers gonna come pick them up if something happen. Y'all see it there?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. That's what I
Yeah,
think he was saying,
yeah.
young man.
Oh, okay. You're talking about when you travel.
When you
Yeah.
travel, you have no fear as a United States citizen, whether you black, white, Hispanic, you have no fear because
I
you
don't
know
know
them
about
people
that.
gonna
I
come
don't
pick
know.
you back up.
You're talking about you talking internationally, but
Yes,
there's places you go. Yeah, there's places you go. You get dealt with.
I'm saying internationally or nationally, you're not gonna have any problem. Am I
Hey,
right or
let's
wrong?
use.
So
Do
you
you see
believe
that
you'll go
difference?
into Mexico? You'll go into Mexico, and you're not going to
I
have
was
any
just
problem.
about to say that, and young man. I was just about to say that
No,
because
you may have you
go
may
ahead, go
have.
ahead.
I'm sorry, MD. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say real quick. We could use that example of what we reported a couple of weeks ago with the black folks in South
Cartel.
Carolina that went down there,
Yeah, with the
and the
cartel.
car. now that was that may have been just a wrong place, wrong time. So you know what I'm saying? But you can't deny it, Yame. Them folks did they damnness to try to rectify the situation. Did they not?
You
You're
talk about
you're you're
the government,
you're
I,
not
the
going to have
Mexican government.
yeah, the cartels and the government. Hell, even the cartels knew they had fucked up.
that.
Essentially,
That's why I was telling you all sometimes, and it took me a long time. Not that I'm trying to tell you all to change your mind, but sometimes when we look outside our race, when I was listening to this guy John Mearsheimer, and even my guy Keon that stay out in D.C., he told me he looked at me like I was crazy when we was talking about the vaccines, just different. I don't want to get into that, but man, he was looking at me. He was like, "Man, is you crazy, man? Any Black American, anywhere you go on this planet." That's why it's 700 military bases all around this planet, and ain't nobody even close. And that's not me capping for the United States. We know what have happened, to our people. We know what Dr. King and whether people they want to agree with that. We know what the NOI. Y'all know I'm right out here in Chicago. You know what has happened, but you can't just sit up here and just deny it. Anywhere you go, you are safe on this planet.
Yeah, I will push back at that. I wouldn't say safe. I will say you have a voice in the United States Embassy, but safe. Uh, I will push back with safe. There's places I guarantee Americans shouldn't be in, and American government would tell you, look, don't go up in there.
Right.
yeah.
But as
I
That,
think
far as a powerful embassy, yeah, it's definitely powerful.
yeah, that's all I'm saying as far as when I listen to some of these comedic brothers, the reason that's all I'm saying. I'm not trying to argue with y'all. MD, y'all all make great points, bro. I ain't trying to argue with y'all, black son of nobody, bro. But it just took me a
that's
long
all
time to
good, bro.
really
All good.
understand it. Yeah, yeah. I apologize. I ain't trying to be argumentative, but wherever you go as a United States citizen, it's not no military nowhere. If you make one phone call, they coming to get you, bro. And they're not gonna look at 1968 when Dr. King was shot. They saying, "Come bring our people back home." That's how they gonna look at you. That's a Black American citizen.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. But yeah, we about to get ready to get out of here, man. I'm damn, and yeah, I mean, you got on too late, man. It was a couple other topics. I wanted to tackle that
Yeah,
CRT with you too.
yeah. I think that'll be a good next if y'all do that again.
Well,
Yeah, yeah,
I
no
tell you
doubt,
what,
no
I
doubt.
tell you what, just out of friendship in the army, because I know me and MD, we was Hebrews. What do you want to debate about?
It's not really a debate, but I think CRT is necessary. I was against it at first because I'm against anything institutionally. But when I went back and looked at it from the author Bell, I think he did a good job of writing it out, of making sure he was very structural when he wrote out CRT, that he was going by the law and the history. Now, what other people do with it, is on their own thing. But the original, I forget his first name, Bell. His last name is Bell.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, he wanted to make sure that okay, and then I can use this as an example of my life. Coming up in California, racism is there, but you really don't see it. It wasn't until I moved south that I really experienced what it was, and it was like a culture shock. So he is saying with CRT is to give the student awareness of the covert and the covert ways that racism can affect you as a minority in the United States.
All right, real quick, Yame, before we get off, let me ask you this then. Should there be? I'm trying to see how I want to formulate it. Should there be a limit, or should there be a wall from an educational standpoint on where and how CRT is implemented? Like so if I give an example, I don't have no issue with CRT in a sociology class, right? I ain't got no issue with that whatsoever. Can CRT be uh can it be cultivated into a status of like K through 12? Is that possible?
No, I don't think that's possible. I don't think you can force feed CRT into every curriculum. But like you said, I think it should be a part. I think if you have a large population of Black students and they want to take a Black studies, it should be a part of of Black history, even if a white student wanted to learn it. That's why I think it should be utilized that. But so just a basic history course, putting it in the basic curriculum of American history. I don't I don't I don't want to force feed it to anybody else. But if you say,
Right.
look, I want my student, I want my son to have a great African American history course, and CRT is a part of it. That's where I think it's necessary.
Okay.
But
Well, yeah, I
but
mean, on that point,
general
we don't
U.S.
disagree.
history, no.
Well, with that point, we don't disagree. Like we don't like that's the like. But I the issue with DeSantis trying to block it outright. That's the bullshit. Like yeah, that's bullshit. But from an aspect of even if you want to implement it in like an AP pre-college course, I ain't even got no issue with that. Like a high school student, like trying to get an early start, and they put it in AP. I don't have no problem with that either. I got a problem with implementing CRT from in a mainstream curriculum. I don't agree with that. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't got no problem with you telling the history as it is, because that should be around the board. You know what I mean? But to me, CRT and like I said, when I said storyline, CRT is essentially telling history via storyline in the lens of a systematic order. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that can't no K through 12 grasp no shit like that. So
No,
from that
no,
standpoint, yeah.
no, yeah,
But yeah,
yeah. I wouldn't trust the Board of Education just to be able to disseminate information like that. But in a
right.
African American studies, Black studies, I think it should be implemented because it's very well done. And like I said, at first I was against. I just thought it was just another, somebody trying to do something. But that guy Bell, who was instrumental in the civil rights movement, he later wrote it because he knew, just being integrated into society wasn't enough for the Black student. You have to see even beyond what is in your face, and that's what he was trying to do. Let you know as a student, once you graduate, what you're up against in society, and not
Right.
have this culture shock. Because I'm going to tell you, when I moved south in the early '90s, it was a huge culture shock from growing up in California.
But let
I
me
would
ask you this. Let me ask you this though. I mean, MD, can you bring it up? What Martin Luther King say about when he moved to Chicago?
Yeah, I was just about to say that. I mean, you got some people that'll say the reverse of what you said. You got
no,
some
yeah,
people from
I know,
yeah, you got people from a lot of the inner cities that say they moved down south and it was like better. That now part of that was because of the isolation and you know what I'm saying, shit like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
But yeah, a lot of people will say. Matter of fact, I think Blackson, didn't you say when you moved south, That it was
Yeah,
way
see,
better than in LA?
yeah.
Like as far
Well,
as racism?
I would say yes because Hispanic racism is, and Yama, you probably agree with me on this one. Hispanic racism is different than white racism. You know what I'm saying? I think Hispanics are more intense with their racism. That's just my experience.
And
White people,
that's what
go ahead.
that's what I would say when you look at like NY. Like sometimes when we look at these conscious communities, like they use the N word or Fat Joe. That's been a controversy with him. But out here,
Oh,
like Chicago or certain places like Philly, no, ain't no Hispanic saying no N word, or Detroit. It's just a different area of the country. What's y'all thoughts on that?
I think, man, I think we too inviting to these like Puerto Ricans and all these. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I can get real controversial. Even these damn mixed blacks, man. I don't play that shit. No, that's why I agree with King Noble on black supremacy, man. I just nah. That's a
yeah.
no go for me.
That's why sometimes Blackson. Sometimes I hear like some of these Puerto Rican brothers say
Yeah,
certain stuff. I'm like, no, no, that don't happen out here.
yeah. I'm not with
You
that
know,
shit.
you a Negro, you a Negro.
Yeah.
But no doubt, man. Yeah, I'm about to get ready to close it out. Or if you're gonna stay, Black Son, you can stay and close it out. It's up to you.
Well, I was gonna let everybody know. Hey, Ian, and Yami, man, I want y'all to come on Thursday because, like I said, I got these international. I got 4 articles, man. I definitely want to get y'all input because, yeah, a lot of this stuff directly affects us, man. Especially you and Yami, you being Pan African. I got a South African article that you might be interested in, man, involving South Africa and BRICS and Putin, man. So and Xi Jinping also. So yeah, I definitely want to get
Yeah,
y'all take
yeah,
on
yeah.
that.
I was waiting on y'all to do that show on the world economy. To get y'all see what y'all think about what's going on.
Yeah. Well, I'm actually doing. Actually, I got 2 articles on that. Actually, on Thursday, like I said, because Xi Jinping, and I had to get some outside news sources because America ain't covering it. But Xi Jinping making moves, bro, especially in Africa. Especially in Africa, he's making big moves, and so yeah, I had to. I got that ready for Thursday. So yeah, man, I
Right.
definitely want to get y'all. Yeah, both of y'all take on that. You E and you Iyame. Cause yeah, man, Xi Jinping making big moves, bro. I mean, big moves, and I think BRICS. Everybody keep talking about what they call that EU, man. Man, BRICS is coming up, bro. Like I said, and then you got and I'm gonna also bring. I got to get y'all take on this. Syria's back into the Arab Union. That's big news. That people that man, that's some big ass news, bro.
Yeah.
Because he
Yeah.
was out of in Iran and Syria are back in the EU, man. And America's not happy about that shit. But we're gonna talk about it.
Yeah, I got some stuff
Yeah.
I want to share with y'all too with the Chicago gang history and um, those. Well, some people may not want to call it Mediterranean countries, but with Libya and
I will.
who was that?
That
MD.
MD.
Oh yeah. Well, I give you a little taste of it right now, just with Jeff Fort.
No,
Jeff
no,
Fort.
I was talking about the Mediterranean thing. But hey, I told you, bro, get up with us. Um,
All right, for sure.
get bro, get I tell you what. Uh, do you got
Yeah.
Black Sun on you need to get Black Sun on Facebook or something.
Yeah,
And
I don't deal with the social media, bro. I don't even deal with it.
damn,
Oh
you one of them. Okay.
damn. Damn. I was gonna say
Yeah,
if you want
man,
to
you
do
need
a
to get
show,
up with
man,
us some
hell
type
yeah.
of way, man. So yeah, man, we give you some time, bro, and whatever you want us to pull up, we can pull up for you.
All right, for sure.
But yeah, we'll chop it up, man. We'll chop it up. But I'm about to end this, man. I see SVDL.
All right. Peace.
I see
Peace.
SVDL on. So.
All
But
right.
yeah, man. Yeah, good show though, bro. Good show. Y'all check us out on Thursday, bro. With Arena Broad and
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's what's up with that. You got any last words, Blackson?
Yeah. Just be here on Thursday, everybody. Be here on Thursday because I'm about to cook on Thursday. I
All
can't
right,
wait
there it
now.
is, man.
Yeah, man.
There it is. Hell, I guess with that, man, we out of here.
All right, peace, y'all.
Peace.